G'day folks, and welcome to World of Tanks with the magnificent Margon. Well, today it's all about this little fella, the M5 Stuart. A little bit of a review. Now, I'm not going to go into tank inspector for this. It's not worthwhile. Whole armor at 28, pretty well all the way around. Bar the rear, 25. Turret 38 on the front, 25 all the way around. So it's not really worth bringing up tank models and stuff like that. Despite the facts, the gun mantle is pretty bouncy on this tank, so it's not too bad a tank. Have bounced a few off here occasionally against other light tanks and stuff like that, and you do bounce. It is after all, it is a tier 4 tank. But recently, I actually got my Ace Tanker badge on this. So I thought, you know what, normally when I get an Ace Tanker badge, I do show off and talk about the tank just a little bit. Reasons for you playing the M5 Stuart. Well, at the moment, Azara and Blackadder's brother, what's he? He's Procrastinator Pro. Have sort of started coming back to the game a little bit, so I've been jumping down to tier 4 because that's where Azara is actually at. So pretty well I've chosen this to be my tank. Now normally I have been using, it's in the German line, tier 4, make it easier for myself, this guy. She is also using the PZF couple of 38, sorry. Not a bad tank. I have enjoyed this. Have got my Ace Tanker on this one. Played an absolute blinder match. Pity I don't have that one on record. That was back in the stage where I had a lot of corrupt files. I don't know why they were corrupt, but they ended up being corrupt and caused me a lot of trouble. But in that match, I basically side-scraped an 82, I think it was, or something, the whole way. He couldn't shoot me. And I held him in position so that the scumbag couldn't actually shoot him. I had to shoot him and blow me up as well, because if I moved off him, he would wheel around and probably kill me, or he would have killed. So that was a worthwhile sacrifice. That wasn't bad. As you can see, I am working towards getting a traffic. I thought, you know what, I will do a bit of grinding. Well, I'm still 45,000 away basically, but that's not too bad. I do use the 75mm howitzer on this tank. Brilliant gun. Doing an average damage of 175, yeah, it's not too bad at sort of tier 4. That's pretty good. Not the best that I've seen, but that does what I need it to do. So I'm pretty happy about that. As you see, everything else is unlocked. I think Kaz, by memory, was using the 37mm. I just find, I don't know, the howitzer seems to be working just nicely, and I'm used to sort of using the howitzer stuff from in the past on the British tanks and stuff like that in particular. So yeah, that's how that goes. Look, I can't say much else about this tank. Top speed of 58, so it's not too bad. It can get across the field pretty good. I did have one battle last night where the positioning I got into. Now, if you know South Coast at all, you know that when you start from the southern end of the map, generally most of the guys, most of the TDs and some of the heavy tanks do try to sit on the ridgeline over the other side from the northern flank. But if you've got a fast enough tank that you can fly across the mid area and get up underneath their guns, you can actually hold them back or potentially be spotting them, and your guys can shoot back at them and actually destroy them. And I did that last night, and there was more or less, I was doing a bit of a teaching run, so I might use that as a how-to thing with light tanks, on using the speed and mobility to get into positions that are great in different things. I might do that at some point, but nonetheless, let's go over and let's have a look at well, the first battle I played, which wasn't a bad battle. It was sort of, it was an average master badge 2, so it wasn't brilliant. Can't even remember how much damage I did in that one. Total damage, only about 500 damage, probably somewhere around there. It wasn't that much. It wasn't a great battle, but it was a very tough battle too. I was versing tier 29s then, so that's tier 7 I believe, or tier 8. So it wasn't real friendly, that match. So anyway, not much else I can say about this tank. Light tank, blow up pretty well in one shot by most tanks. So yeah, let's head over and have a look at the battles. Alright guys, here we go. Now this first match, as you can see, we're on F forwards. Now 40%. Now 40% in my opinion is still within reasonable parameters of getting victories to a certain extent. It's when you start seeing 30s, 25% is you're in trouble with XVM in general. But in this one, it's not too bad. It's pretty even. You can see probably the other team has got a lot more sort of statistic-wise better players than our team. So I don't know, statistics for me doesn't do a lot, but sometimes it does help to just sort of pay attention to those sort of things, know which are the better players, which players have played a good number of battles. I normally generally associate a good number of battles to about 4 to 6,000. Generally by then you have a pretty good idea of what you need to have tanks. If you don't, this is probably not the game for you. Now, as you can see with the M5, I'm in a position where I can sort of spot, but at the same time I can't really spot a lot. And this thing for me has been set up a lot of the time for spotting. So it's sort of, it's difficult. Now I am playing a very passive role in this game. It's not like I can do a lot, just generally because of the way it is with light tanks. I can take pot shots at things though. Hopefully I can detrack. Yeah, I wasn't going to hit much there with the side of his own. Now this is not a bad battle. I couldn't believe when I saw Azaria go over there. I was like, what are you doing? No, that's like danger zone, warning, like danger, Will Robinson, danger. And I was screaming at her just before when I saw her on the map going, no, don't go that way, stay away, run for your life. And I said, you will be hunted down and you will be killed in that position. It's not bad, she's got good spots on that, but yeah, she almost traded her life being over there, and I told her to pull back, don't even go through there. Now the SU 152 is pushing up to a certain extent. We've nearly got this mid area under control. Funny thing is, now I will stop it. Okay, right here. Now, genius that I am, I thought that was a semi-decent hill. Now, okay, this is not a funny bit, but it's just pretty. Be more mindful of your map thing. Now, I don't go down here a lot. Normally, when I do go down, I'm in a heavy tank, so I do use this bit here a lot more to get down nice, slow, and steady, and I don't have too many problems. But this time, well, see for yourself. 2 tracks are off. 1 track's off, and I damaged my motor, killed my radio operator, and I'm in a position where that KV-1S has got perfect shots of me, and I'm screaming going, oh crap. Didn't use a repair kit, managed to actually repair everything in time, but yeah, that was that was something I should have been a little bit more mindful of how I was going. I was going at quite a fast speed, and I was in a very reckless position. Now I've damaged my motor and I've damaged the track, plus I've taken damage, self-inflicted, 21 damage. Now Zara has come down here with me. Pro, he is still at the top there, more or less playing. I think he's about to die. That SU-152 gets him. The 8 takes a shot, so I can keep moving, and I get around this guy. Now he doesn't actually really focus on me. He keeps focusing on the other bloke, the E8, which is fair enough. I would do the same thing. Now Pro, I'm actually pretty sure he's actually right now, yes he is, he's shooting that SU-152 Stuart. He's getting lovely butt sex there. He loves butt sex. If you guys don't know, Azara and Pro are actually boy and girlfriend, so the fact that he likes butt sex, well, I'll let her bit of judgment of that a bit more about his butt sex life. So yes, if you do watch this, Pro, I'm sorry, but you are now a butt sex person by shooting that guy up. But don't worry, I'm about to join you. Now there is beautiful targets over there. Now, on this hill, if you're in the right position from up here, you can actually shoot these guys as they're trying to go around the corner, which I'm just about to do. I can see the 29 over there, and I just sort of, I more or less take lucky shots on him, hoping to detrack him or do damage. I think I just detracked him then, hit the building there. So I'm only in this tank. I can afford to just fire round after round after round because it doesn't actually cost me a lot in the shots. Some of the other tanks, you wouldn't sit up here doing this unless you were guaranteed decent shots. Now I probably could have gone up a little bit higher and got better shots on this guy, but I didn't. So, but I'm still doing damage to him. Every little bit counts over time, and that's what you got to think about. Now, why on earth Pro is actually down there fighting a Tiger 1, I have no idea. But yes, well, sometimes you do. Oh, there's a nice juicy one, 121 there. And this is the beauty thing about this tank. I can just sit here and fire shot after shot after shot into this 29. And oh, I'm actually on heat rounds. I didn't realise that. I must have bumped my button at some stage and changed to heat rounds. Well, that was a bit of a mistake. Oh no, I did work it out. I did change back. Maybe I did that deliberately. I don't know. Hit one of the Tiger 1. Beautiful butt sex time. Keep shooting him. And they're all dead down there. E25 racing over there at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Takes a shot. Rams the Tiger 1. Gets rid of him. Yeah, so that's pretty well the battle there. And as I said, 41%, it's still an equal battle, and I want to make that very clear. With light tanks in particular, particularly when you're at tier 4 or tier 5, you've got to be, a lot of the time I found, the longer you keep your tank alive to do spotting and to do a multitude of other things, in this game. Now, as you can see, I'm sneaking up to this bush just to be careful, so I can sort of spot things. Now I just spot the PZF5 over there, so we've got a good idea where he is, and my guys can shoot him up. Now I don't really want to sacrifice my position because I could get spotted in any second, so I take it carefully. Now he's been spotted again. I know the other guy has to be somewhere here. The 34-1 has not seen him yet, which tells me he could be anywhere hiding. And I just keep moving. And there we go. There he is, the Hellcat, down in the valley there, hiding. I get out here. Oop, I don't know where that shot went. It went somewhere. But there we go. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. And that's the whole idea behind light tanks. They are very good at what they do if you do the right things at the right time. Now I'll take you over to Tank Inspector. Where's my mouse? There it is. So as you can see over here, not a bad battle, only 847. Now XP 20,000 credits made. Spotted the Hellcat, spotted the KV-1S, and spotted the PZF5, and he was killed within the detection time, which is pretty good. The T29, I actually damaged. What did I damaged a critical system. It doesn't actually show in Tank Inspector what I did. Did 205 damage. So all in all, it's not too bad. It's not shabby. It's Mastery Badge 2, so it's pretty good. But when you think about it, like damage-wise, I wasn't ruined. It wasn't great, but it shows that just being in the right positions at the right times can help when playing World of Tanks. Now I did make a loss. That was probably because I fired quite a large number of premium ammunition, and I think that was more or less by mistake. I can't remember whether I did it deliberately or not. And that's the way it goes. So all in all, that's not too shabby. That's one of my nicer battles. They're the battles I do enjoy a lot more in World of Tanks. And that's how I like to play my light tanks. More stable, get in the right position, wait for the opportunity to rise, move to the next position when you need to, and be a supportive role as much as I can, as well as a bit more of a scouty role at the same time, but not be stupid. I see a lot of scouts, particularly in the M5, tearing up the field in the first minute. Even the ELC AMX, they just tear up the centre of the field, go, look at me, look at me, look at me, and they're so fast that we're all sitting there back in the cap circle going, yeah, and you're calling for SOS. We can't help you. There's nothing we can do if you're going to be stupid. And that's why I'm trying to do this as a more or less a little bit of a review at the same time, to try and encourage light tank drivers that do get light tanks to yes, be reckless at times. I've got a battle I'm going to share with you in another video of me being reckless, but also being smart about how I'm reckless, and I've seen a lot of people do it. Alright, I'm going to take you now to my ace tanker battle, which is the one that I really want to show you, and the reason for me doing a bit more of a review on the M5 Stuart. So let's go over and have a look at that. Alright guys, ace tanker time. Now, this is one of those battles. Now, I've been in the position I've had to go to a few times, but I've never ever been able to get into the position that I do what I do in this battle. This battle is one of those battles that's probably one of those 1 in a million battles, as I call it. Look at it. Look, if we... Ooh, where's my thing? Here it is. Look at XP, 37%. Now, this is where I start to think, ooh, this is danger zone. This is where light tanks at the end of the battle could make or break, particularly medium tanks. Medium tanks at the end of these sort of battles are key. If you can keep your medium tank alive and then a 37%, you'll win. But as you can see, I've driven straight up here in this position. Now you can spot a hell of a lot in this position. I'm not game to fire on the DW2, but I've lit him up, which means that all my team can sit there and shoot him. Along with the VK20. Now I can't shoot because that VK20 will see me. But Azara sitting beside me is sitting far enough behind the bushes that she can just get effective fire on these guys without being spotted, and that's the beauty of this. If I zoom out, Pro is over in the other bushes there, and we're both spotting this valleyway here beautifully. And this is where the light tank ability comes into play very nicely and very sweetly. Pro's got that ridgeline a little bit more spotted over there, and it's just making the full difference in this map. This is where we've got now the control. I've spotted that M3 light down the bottom there, which means that people can pound away at him. I did take a pot shot. I thought I should be pretty safe shooting this guy. I'm feeling confident, and I still haven't hit him. He is fast. The M3 lights are very fast, but he's taken down, so that's more for me. Now, as you can see, I've got most of the area covered from this position. Now this is a good position. It's a very strong position to be in as a light tank. You can spot most things. As I said earlier, I've set this tank up for a very passive spotting role, so the position I'm in is going to be very key and critical. Now I didn't spot the Valentine. I think that may have been the AMX 40. Or even Pro did. I did however spot that VK4, but butt sex time. This is what I mean. When you've got people running away like this, I've detracked him, I can keep him in position, which means that I'm actually getting assistance damage for people shooting at him. There's a Valentine over there. Let's chuck a couple of shots onto him. Now it must have been the BT7 driving around there like a crazy person. Now I've spotted the PZS 35. That would have probably been my spot as well, I'm pretty sure. And it just comes about. Now I can shoot from this position in impunity. Now we have got a Locust running around causing havoc in the back of our base. That's right, he's being dealt with. Oh look, there's the Chi. And this is what I'm talking about. This is all you have to do as a light tank. Now, because of where I'm shooting through those bushes, it's giving me effective fire without them seeing me. So if I can actually shoot these guys without them seeing me, it's beautiful. That one's a bit of a crazy shot, but anyway. Now there's the M8. He's been spotted down the valley. I'm pretty sure he's shooting at pro. So we all take aim and we all start shooting. Now this is where I thought, you know, I can be a little bit more reckless. I've carried the team through spotting already, so it's not like I need to stress or worry too much about being spotted in. The Marauder 38 and the Valentine are out of my positions of spot. They're just outside of my arc, as you can see. So basically, and this is what I mean, people just keep rolling up. They just keep rolling up. So as long as this team keeps rolling up into cannon fire, well, what's the point of me actually going and hunting them down if they're going to be stupid enough to walk in? I keep screaming right now, everyone shoot the Valentine, shoot the Valentine. So every person and his dog is shooting at his poor Valentine. I'm pretty sure he's actually trying to get across this creek to save the circle, but fortunately he doesn't. Got a Matilda now. A Matilda pops up. Now these are a very strong tank. Matildas are very, very strong and very dangerous as a tank. But with HEs, you can do anything with a HE. If you just shoot at the target, you're generally going to kill him. And everyone knows where he is. He's been detracked, so nearly everyone can just keep fire relentlessly into that position and watch this Matilda get pounded. Oh dear. And there's the 38, and this is where I sort of thought, you know what, we can take a risk now. I think it's about now I call, alright guys, let's move up, let's go scumbag hunting, let's find where these guys are, and let's finish this battle off. There's only 2 scumbags left, and there's a Marauder 38T. Now, we can go hunting for the 38T because he's not a threat. Now, as I said, this is 37% if you look again. All in all, it probably could have been because of that Valentine driver's 100% victory rate. Now, he's probably 100% on a lot of vehicles because of how low vehicle carriers are. We've capped out. That was disappointing. So because he is so low in his thingo, it's giving him an unrealistic what do you call it? An unrealistic win rate. 100%? Yeah, I don't think he's 100%. If 1 damage done, 0,000 battles, he's not. He's a beginner player, and that's what you got to be mindful of. The win rate is being thrown off by just one person like that in a major way, and that's why it's being thrown off, and that's why in low tier battles you can't rely on XVM a lot. Tier 7 you can. Tier 8, 9, 10 definitely you should rely on a lot more and be more wary of what's going on around you, and that's what you've got to think about in those situations. As I said, this was my ace tanker battle. Not too bad actually. Patrol duty. So I actually spotted, I think it's 9 tanks or more. So you can see, spot killed, killed, and that's what I mean. Everything that was spotted was killed in the spot, which is brilliant. That's how it should be done, and that comes down to good tanking. Now, if this was a double star or triple star for me, that would have been a massive amount of XP. Go over the team. Damage wise, all 3 light tanks at the top of the charts. How did that happen? You sit there and you wonder sometimes when you see things like that. You go, hang on, how can the light tanks be at the top? XP wise, let's have a look here. Well, I am at the top. Zara is not too far behind me, and where is Pro? Oh, he's there too. So we're all at the top for XP as well. So all in all, as light tanks, we did well. Confederate, well done to Pro for getting Confederate. That was great. And these are the things. I'm taking these guys into the battle all the time and teaching them about this stuff. Damage due to my assistance, 1400. That's not bad for a light tank. In a tier 4 battle all-rounder, that's pretty good. Damage 700. That's even better. I didn't get any hits on me, any damage taken. I made 27 credits. So from the loss in that last battle to getting a lot of money in this one, I don't worry generally. 26 shots fired, 16 direct hits. So not too bad. It's not a great battle. But if this was a double or a triple star, that would have been about 3000 XP. Now, I am trying my hardest to get a Chaffee at the moment. That's more or less the goal. Go and farm up the 50,000 XP while I can, while playing with Pro, Azara, anyone else that I play in Tier 4 with, to actually get that Chaffee. I wouldn't mind having my hands on the Chaffee. I'm pretty confident in my light tanks these days. I do enjoy playing my 1375. The AMX 12T, yeah, not so much. I'm starting to get used to it now that I'm finished it a lot more. 1375 is teaching me a lot more. So that's it from me, guys. That is how simple it is to play a light tank. I will show you another more in-depth how-to one with one of my other maps about being reckless, but being reckless in the right way. So that will be a short video that I will release the next day after this one. Because it was one I feel I want to do as a bit more of a carry-on to being either a passive scout and a smart scout all at the same time, and getting in the right positions, using your tank as I showed in the first video to race off and take your time about getting things, get into a position where you can effectively put decent fire into something and do small amount of damage, but all in all each bit of damage can help your team out. And then this one, being in the right position, sitting there, spotting away, and being map aware of where you should go and where people will go to allow you to shoot them. That's the other key that I'm trying to teach in this one. The other one, well, it's about showing you what to do if you're going to be reckless, where you should go, when you're going to be reckless, and when you need to do it, and why you do it as well. So guys, outside that, for now, that's it from me. I've been slack. I know I haven't put nowhere near as many videos out as I have, and I'm sorry about that for everyone who watches my World of Tanks stuff. But hopefully I can get my butt back into gear. Play a few more tanks than what I have been lately. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3. I'm going to put a little bit of a Diablo 3 out. I've got a crazy moment that I had the other night by accident. I was playing tanks, then quickly jumped over to Diablo 3 because one of my mates, I can't think what his name is off the top of my head quickly, Rage Man, he said, oh, I have got a rainbow loot goblin here, and I was like, rainbow loot goblin? I have to see this. So I quickly jumped on and abandoned tanks very quickly and jumped in to see this rainbow goblin. But a little bit more when I show you that Diablo 3 if you're interested in watching that. But outside that, guys, enjoy your gaming, happy hunting. I'll catch you on those battlefields.